Yeah, for me, I remember back in around, must have been about 2004. I was working with Butch Harmon at the time, and I'm not anymore, but I was at the time. And we kind of stumbled across a little thing that my lower body was doing on my bad shots, and on my good shots, it wasn't. And so I was focused on that, and it was basically just something as simple as like straightening my left leg a little bit earlier. And when you straighten the left leg in the downswing, the only way to do that when your rotation is happening is your left leg straightens, but your hips also rotate, and your hips actually, outpace the rotation of your upper body a little bit. And that's what they call the sequence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I saw that my bad shots, that my left leg wasn't quite getting all the way there, and I was sort of sagging to my left side towards the target a little bit with my lower body. And so I focused on trying to get that left leg snapped a little bit earlier, and it just immediately like tightened up my ball flight.
What Stewart is talking about is from the top down, straightening this left leg like this, not like this. Straighten it more like this, and everything sequences beautifully.
When I grew up playing golf in Portland, Oregon, my father was my teacher, our whole family. And he wasn't a golf pro, but he was a good player. But he understood the fundamentals. And the one thing that he told me to do, and I still do it today, is whenever there's a sunny day at my home range, I always try to wait for the time of day that the sun is right above my head. So the shadow of my head is down somewhere where I'm making contact with the golf ball. Keeping a steady head is something that my father taught me, and I still use to this day. Because if you think about the golf swing, you're basically rotating around a fixed point. Think of a revolving door downtown Chicago in a big office building. You're trying to turn in a circle back and forward. And the only way you can gain speed is to turn in that circle as quickly and as efficiently as you possibly can. Now, turning in that circle means you need to keep a still head. Turning in a circle, where golf gets confusing, Mark, and I don't want to confuse anybody, but when you turn in a circle,
it's confusing.
Sorry, when you turn in a circle, you're still trying to hit a golf ball in a straight line. And that's where some people get confused. They think you need to swing the club back and through on the same plane as how the golf ball is going to fly. But it's totally the opposite. You're turning in a circle as quickly and as efficiently as you possibly can, trying to hit the ball straight. Call it a tangent off a circle for all you geometry fans out there. And if you're watching Mark's show, you got to love geometry. But it's probably the most important thing for me is to keep a steady head, especially all the way through the backswing right down to impact. Now, obviously, your head's going to follow the ball as you turn through, but keeping that, my dad used to grab my hair like that on my backswing, and he made me just hold it still.
So if you don't have the sun behind you putting that shadow near the ball like Peter talked about, you can have a mirror in your house, put a piece of tape right along the side of your head there and make some swings going like that and keeping the head kind of stationary, and then you're able to turn around the circle and get a bunch of speed like Peter's talking about.
One swing thought that I always come back to is about, I'm a right-handed player, is the right elbow and keeping it close to my body so I don't let my arms get too far out in front of me. And the other problem I have is I've had 2 shoulder surgeries on the left. So I really can't raise the arm, all the way up above my head, which is difficult with the width of the backswing to get your arms extended. And so, the driver scares me. The irons, I'm fine because you can kind of go up and down, but the driver, you don't take the club straight back up. You got to take it back with some width. And so I struggle with coming over the top a little bit. And as I said, the pull shot, or, if I overcompensate, I'll block it. So I have the 2-way miscone, which is really a fun thing to have at times. But I try to keep the right elbow down and keep that left arm close to my body to kind of keep the swing connected.
Always good to have a head cover underneath the arm here to stay connected in the backswing. You can also do it on the other side. Or you can do both at the same time and put a towel underneath both armpits.
Things that I think of is just, good rhythm and tempo. I know people think about that with my swing, but don't be in a hurry. I know there are times when I get in trouble is when I don't quite complete my backswing and I get in a hurry coming down. So I guess my tip would be make sure that you complete your backswing and don't be in a rush to get down to that ball. Just let that thing club, let the momentum build and have good rhythm and tempo and complete your backswing, and that'll be the easiest way to have that good rhythm and tempo. If you don't complete that backswing, it's very hard to have it. So that's something that I think about. And matter of fact, I've been thinking about this year, which has actually helped me play a little better and get some better weeks this year.
To work on rhythm, I like the start, pass the ball drill, where I go like this, and then I swing. A more advanced one that really helps my rhythm, really helps me almost pause it at the top, is the machine gun drill. Set up 3 to 5 balls in line like this, and then you just work your way into it.